Hey guys, what's up? Just indicate in the chat if you're hearing me. Okay, welcome guys. Um, so we're just giving the others some time to come on. So in the meantime, you can just like the video, like the live, spread some love. Let's interact. Let's get that one tomorrow. All right. Let's share some love on the screen. Get some hearts going. Some likes going. Some subscribing if you have not subscribed as yet. Subscribe. I will be giving, and I hope to be giving the solutions as soon as the exam is finished as possible. So you guys can tune in for that to satisfy your curiosity afterwards. So again, just giving the others some time to come on. While we're here, just indicate the problems that you're having so far. You know, um, the troubles you're having if you're just here for revising, or how far are you in your studying preparation, how ready you are for tomorrow. You know, let me know. Let me know how ready you are for tomorrow. So, her teacher never teaching nothing, saying already none at all. Her, you have a textbook that barely ready. Why? How comes? How comes, guys? It's today's Sunday. 70% ready. Okay, I like that. Genetics. Okay, for all those having genetics, we have a video. Here you can read and listen on your genetics. Okay, not a science person. Understand, Chrissy, but we have to get that one done. It's body functions. So listen, guys, the first step is just being confident in your preparation. Don't feel disappointed. Don't start to feel like you have lost already. Put your best foot forward mentally. Can't be saying that you fail already and you don't feel like you're prepared. Just have a positive mindset on things. All right. So there's a famous saying in that if you think you're defeated, you're twice defeated. All right. So you don't want to be defeated before you even enter the exam. All right. So let's not feel that way. All right. So things that so I'll be giving you some tips. I'll be giving you some past paper um for you guys to practice. I'll be sending a WhatsApp group that I can share the knowledge with you. So as I send the link, just please go ahead and join the group. So we can get that information, and you guys can link me, can contact me if you need anything. All right. So that is the WhatsApp group. For anyone who is saying genetics is confusing them, I have made a video that covered everything that was confusing. So I'll be sharing that with you. I implore you to please I'll be sharing it with you from early so you can get it down. That's a genetics link right there. So there's a link for the WhatsApp group. There's a link for genetics. All who have subscribed already, you can just go on the page and watch that video on genetics. I guarantee that you will understand afterwards. All right. So yes. So we are just gonna give 2 more minutes. So genetics. Any questions coming on genetic won't be difficult. Human and social biology. I don't think that it really dives into genetic seriously, like how biology does. So I don't think you have to worry if you understand the basics about genetics and doing the Punnett square, you should be fine. Human and social biology is more about diseases, how it affects you economically, how it affects you socially, and the different diseases responsible in each of the systems of the body, right? So that is where you get most of your points in human and social biology. Human and social biology is more about the disease and life processes. And to be honest, guys, half of human and social biology is common sense. Um, Human and social biology will be common sense, half of it, because in my opinion, half of the tests won't be given on things that you're given straight or directly. For example, if you know the reproductive system, right? They will be asking you a few things on what you study, but they'll be more asking you about social things like how cancer will affect the family. So, for example, if you have cancer, right, or your mother have cancer, and your mother should die from cancer, what are some of the effects that can have on your family? So it's everyday thinking. You just put yourself in the context. Just think about if it was you really, if it was you in that situation, how would you be affected? Suppose your family gone, so then say the less income for the family. That's already a point, right? That's a good answer, right? Don't immunity. Okay, like what about immunity that's stressing you out? But those are the things about lifestyle, right? That will be what will be coming on the paper. So, all right, let's look, guys. So remember, I can't see more participants, and it's less than the likes. So give me the likes, guys. Give me the likes. All right, I see 43. So if you're on here, haven't liked, if you're on here, haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. All right. So we look at the section the syllabus is divided into, and we would see that it's divided into 5 sections, right? And you will be tested on these sections, right? The key thing to look out for is that you'll be getting one section, one question, and one question is worth around 15 marks. One question will be coming on living organisms and the environment. You know that for sure. There'll be one question on living organism and the environment. Key thing, guys, there will be two questions coming from section 2. So if you haven't revised section 2 well as yet, please go ahead and do so. Section 2 about life processes. It's going to be it's going to work 30 marks. So you're going to get 30 of your 90 marks from section 2, right? About life processes. You will get a question on genes for sure. You will get a question on genes. You will get a question on meiosis and mitosis, and you will be getting a question on the possible dividing stage, right? So disease and its impact on humans, you will be getting questions from that, no doubt. And of course, the impact of health practices on the environment, that would be like garbage disposal, pollution, and those things will be prevalent, right? Those things you can actually think it out. You can actually make common sense of it. So I think, okay, I just grasp meiosis and mitosis. You just grasp it, that means you get it now, right? And for the persons who having problem with meiosis and mitosis, say there's a video that clears that up. All right. Is it from the video clear that up, Chrissy? If it's from the video, or you just went ahead and do some reading. Okay, so you see Chrissy clears it up on mitosis and meiosis. So Chrissy watched my video yesterday and it's clear. So guys, I will not be spending much time on meiosis and mitosis because it's very, very clear. It's simple terms, very clear. All right. So again, guys, pay attention to your disease. Make sure that I think half of the paper will not be something that you have to regurgitate. It will not be definitions. Half of it will be, but another half of it, or 40%, will be thinking. All right, thinking it out. Thinking it out. All right. So without further ado, we are going to go into some questions and let's see you guys respond to it. There's also a keynote that the syllabus was changed in 2022. So the past papers that you would have been going through before 2022, there would have been some tweak there. So the structure of the exam would be different in some aspect. So the question, it's good that you're going through past papers before 2022 and it's good to be prepared, but the structure will be a little bit different, right? So the structure of of exams from 2022 going on is that you will be getting questions from all of these sections. Christy, there's a strong possibility the I came in 2024 January about where the converging and diverging about the lens. So it's very, very important. There are some slight changes, Sonia, right? After 2022, they're more focused on diseases. They're more focused on getting you're getting questions from each of the sections, and you're getting 2 questions on section 2. No, they don't. They won't repeat the exam questions, but they will be like questions. That they won't repeat the question verbatim, but there's a possibility that there will be like questions from all papers. So again, guys, if there's anyone here that hasn't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. There are a lot of helpful videos on this channel, right? This channel is designed to be the poor man's university where you guys can go and get your ones, right? I would recommend lifestyle diseases. I would say that you guys should cover your syllabus. However, ensure that you know the diseases that affects all of your systems. So know your diseases that affects all of your system. Know the diseases that affect your reproductive system, like your cancer, your specific types of cancer, your brain tumors. How would you solve it? How would you get rid of these diseases? And some of them are not in your textbook per se. So if you can research on Google some of the diseases that affect your all of your systems, that would be very good for surplus, right? So like asthma affects your respiratory system, right? Right. So in the context, doing pap smears would affect certain would decrease the possibility of a reproductive disease, right? Yes, know your enzymes, but yes, know your enzymes, man. Know everything. But I'm just saying, I'm just giving you the I'm just giving you the side of it that may not be in your textbook. You'll be asking questions, but it's more knowledge than what is in your textbook. So know if you're not familiar of a particular disease that affects your organ systems, your eye, any disease that affects the human body, and brought them down in each of the systems, right? Go and do a little research on that. All right. If you know you can't do that, then when you get the disease, you know what can treat the disease and the social impact of the disease, or the economical impact. How would it, how would the disease economically, impact your family? How contracting HIV is why people contract HIV, because they are social. People look down on people who have AIDS. There are certain things you just if you're not familiar with, just research and get familiar with. Discrimination, right? More money for treatment. So it's all about that, guys. It's all about that. All right. So ensure that you guys get all of that. You make sure write it down if you need to. If you're forgetting what I'm gonna say, you write it down. If you know you don't have time to read, go through back this line. Yes, know your diagrams and their function. Yes, there is a video also on this channel that goes through your diagrams, but you can just omit the plant aspect. Apart from the plant cell, just omit the plant aspect and you can look at the human diagrams only. All right. So without further ado, let's go into some past paper. Hopefully it goes on. All right. So tell me what you're seeing on the diagram, guys. Tell me what you're seeing on the screen. Sorry, if you're seeing the correct thing. If you're seeing, you should be seeing a past paper. Great. All right. So let's go, guys. Let us go. All right. So this will be 2022. I'll be doing the paper that is after the. I'll be doing the paper after the change in the syllabus. All right, just to give you an idea of what it will be like. and then I'll probably do a video, past paper question that's way back. It is then that you can still get questions off. All right. So let's go. Let's be interactive, guys. Let's push. All right. The first thing is a figure showing an image of a blood smear. Right. And let me get that up for you. A blood smear. You can take a picture of the screen if it's not clear. So you can take a picture of the screen and move on. Then the first question says to identify the blood component in A, which is this little guy here, and states its function. So what's that little guy here? It's a blood cell. What type of blood cell? Are you able to tell the difference? It's red. Here, red. I'm seeing red. I'm seeing red. I'm seeing platelets. I'm seeing red. I'm seeing platelets. I'm seeing platelets, red, platelets, platelet. I'm seeing platelets in bold. The guys that says it's red blood cell, why is it red blood cell? And the guys that are saying it's platelets, why I think it's platelets? So for team red blood cell, why I think it's red? For team platelets, why I think it's platelets? Shape for which end? Just be clear there. If it was red blood cell, it would be more abundant. Okay. Okay. Because red blood cells are more abundant, it looks biconcave or red. So blood component K. Okay. I'm not seeing any more reasons. The platelets are less in number. Okay. All right, guys. So we'll have to analyze. We have to analyze, guys. So we look at we look at the paper here. Right? And we are seeing, we have to analyze what's going on. So here we see that this is a lobe-shaped nucleus. So if it's a lobe-shaped nucleus, what would it be? This would be what? Lobe-shaped nucleus. What would that be? So we're going to scan through all the blood types. That nucleus there is lobe-shaped. So if it's lobe-shaped, lobed shape, it's a what? Phagocyte? Yes. If a nucleus is lobe shaped, it's phagocyte, right? And if the nucleus is big, here it's gonna be a lymphocyte, and these are white blood cells. I remember that there are two types of white blood cells: phagocytes, and lymphocytes. Now, phagocytes engulf bacteria, right? So because they engulf bacteria, they would have to have a smaller nucleus for the space to engulf the bacteria, right? And the nucleus in the lymphocyte, the nucleus would need to have a bigger lymphocyte because it produces antibodies to fight diseases in the body, right? So that's how you know a difference between the two types of white blood cells already. So you know that they are both white blood cells, but this is a phagocyte and this is a lymphocyte. Then now we would think that the most abundant cells would be the red blood cell, because one, they're abundant, two, they have no nucleus whatsoever. I remember that a red blood cell doesn't have nucleus because that space is to carry oxygen around the body. All right. So therefore, the smaller ones that are few would be platelets. So the platelets team, let's give you some love. All right. So that's platelets. So the lobe, right? The lobe. So we understand the difference between all the blood components. Understand that so far? Is there anyone who don't still understand how they get there? If there's anyone who don't understand, say no. Platelets are fewer in the body. Why? What don't you understand? Repeat again. Okay. So let's look at the blood component. And so we're gonna switch over, guys. We are going to switch to the textbook, and I recommend that you guys use the Antindale C Concise. All right, it's a very, very good textbook. I'll be sending it to you guys in the group for those who don't have it. All right, so we're just gonna skip down to the red blood cell. Let me read the table of content. Circulatory system, that's 46. So let's go. All right, guys. So here we are. Right? So we look at the different types of blood component, right? So we look at the first one, which is a red blood cell, right? We see where red blood cell is biconcave, right? With a thin center, relatively large surface area to volume ratio, meaning that has to be biconcave, right? With a large surface area. That means to facilitate the diffusion of gases, and that include oxygen and carbon dioxide, right? It has to be thin because the thinness allows oxygen to diffuse in and out. Do we understand that so far? Yes? Okay. So now let's look at now the other one. We see that it contains red pigment, but of course that would have been no help in the diagram because all CSEC diagrams are black and white. So you have to rely on knowing your other features. However, they are slightly elastic, allowing them to squeeze through the narrowest capillaries. Because remember, you have three types of blood vessels. You have artery, capillaries, and veins. Right? Artery, the big one that carries most of the blood to the body. The capillaries transport in between the artery and the vein is the second one, right? Second largest one. So it has to be elastic to fit through the capillaries. And we see the shape here. Another name for red blood cell is erythrocytes, right? We look now at types of white blood cell. We can see clearly that lymphocytes and phagocytes are two types of white blood cell. We see here that lymphocytes, right, have a rounded shape, have a large round nucleus that controls the production of antibodies, right? And they only have a small amount of cytoplasm, right? And you know that all cells, red blood cells, white blood cells are made in the bone marrow. So the main function of lymphocytes is to produce antibodies to destroy disease-causing bacteria and viruses. otherwise known as pathogens. They produce antitoxins to neutralize toxin produced by pathogens, right? Then now we see phagocytes. Now phagocytes, they don't have one shape, right? They move by pseudopodia, right? Which can move out capillaries through their walls and engulf pathogens using pseudopodia. So lymphocytes engulf, eat bacteria, and they have a lobe nucleus. For the platelets, you can see that they are small. They are cell fragments, no nucleus, and they only live for 10 days, and their function is to help clot blood after at a cut or a wound. So you see how we get the difference now? Do you see how I derived that my answer? Is there anyone that still doesn't see? If it doesn't see, that means they're just going to have to. No, CXE don't use color because you're testing your knowledge. And color very expensive. So they're gonna test their knowledge. That's the main reason. Right? So you have to know these things outside of color. So we're good now, guys. Remember, you can look at this when I send the textbook later. All right, so let's switch over again. So you get, oh, the answer would be platelets. And what would be the function of platelets? Just tell you. Helps with blood clotting. Yes. So right there, guys, you would have gotten your marks if you had said platelets, and you'd have gotten your marks if you had said help with blood clotting. All right? Next. Identify the most abundant cell shown in figure 1. So what's the most abundant cell in figure 1? Red blood cell, right? Has to be. Has to be. Brilliant. So we are 71 people, guys. Please to like the vid, subscribe. You have, if you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe. I only have 71 people and there's 31 likes. Me don't like 30. Me don't like. No. After I come on Sunday for free, Sunday, all the rice and peas cold. And no like. Come on, man. Me have 71 people supposed to have 71 likes. I'm supposed to have 71 subscribers. And you may have 20 new. We're supposed to have 20 new subscribers. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Let's go, man. Push the energy. Next. State the main function of the cell identified in B1. And B1 will be red blood cell. And give 2 ways which it adapts for its function. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So transport oxygen. Yes, that's the main function. Just oxygen alone. Gases. Yeah, gases. Yes, to transport gases. Gases, not carries oxygen alone. Remember that it transport gases so that it transport carbon dioxide and it transport oxygen. Yes. And now it is adopted the shape allows it to, the surface here to fit more oxygen. Right. Excellent. Blood also transport hormones. Very good. Very, very good. Hormones, yes. Yes. No, I wouldn't say it's adapted to give the blood its color. No. You wouldn't say adapted to give the blood its color. You would want to stick to the shape, no nucleus, right? And the hemoglobin, you can talk about the hemoglobin, because remember the hemoglobin doesn't, the blood color, you need to be more specific with that. You can't just say give the blood its color. Hemoglobin is responsible for transporting oxygen. So what hemoglobin does is that hemoglobin binds with oxygen readily. It binds with oxygen quickly to form oxyhemoglobin, right? And then it gives it off the oxygen around the body. So hemoglobin binds with oxygen to give oxyhemoglobin. Right? That's the main reason. All right. So guys, if you have the main function is to transport gases and to adapt it by the shape, no nucleus, you will get your marks beautifully. All right, next one, let's move. So a graph. Now graphs, you'll be getting at least 2 graphs to analyze. At least 2 graphs you'll be getting tomorrow to analyze. I'm sorry, but the YouTube, let's see if I can put it up there. So you will be getting graphs, no doubt. So please to take a picture of the top, you know, that I don't have to go back. So please to take a picture of the top part. If you haven't yet, please to do so. Right, and then now take a picture of the bottom component. Now that you have taken a picture, from table 1, identify the age group among males which had the highest incidence of herpes simplex type 2. So we have 18 to 25, Cathy Brown, 18 to 25, Joshi. Anybody else is something different, 18 to 25? 31 to 41. Remember that? Remember K? Remember K? It's age group among males that has the highest. I'm seeing 34 to 41. I'm seeing 18 to 25. So, and then remember guys, you'll have to take this This is the one we're working with. It says simplex type 2. That's why I said to take a picture. All right, I think you're looking at the wrong diagram. For the ones that are saying 34 to 41, I think you're looking at the wrong diagram. Remember, it says simplex type 2. So it would be 18 to 25, because 18 to 25 would be 190. All right. So just remember to pay attention to your diagrams, pay attention to your readings. All right. So the next question, since that one was easy, next question, explain why a high incidence of herpes simplex type 2 in the age group identified in C would be a public health concern. So again, guys, here's another question. This is not in your textbook. This would be common sense, right? So why 18 to 25 would be a problem for the health sector? Why you think now it will be a problem for the health sector? Unemployment. Please to expound. Take your time to write your 2 lines, right, and give me a fair idea of what you are thinking. All right. So why would 18 to 25 be a problem? You know, remember, this is not in your textbook. This is common sense. You have to use your common sense tomorrow a lot. All right. So let's practice that, guys. Let's go. So most desirable group want to start doing things at that age. That's a nice answer, Danica, because it will affect their ability to work. All right. I like those answers because they are more abundant patients to deal with. Oh, yes, there's an increase in, you can put that properly. You can just rephrase that properly. You can say there will be strain on the health sector, right? Or you could say it's hard to treat, but how would that affect the health? Why would be that a health concern? You have to put more on that. All right. Working it because stigma may occur which lead to discrimination. No, I don't think that would be a health concern. Don't think the health really cares if you are discriminated or not. The health don't care. The health only cares about what cost them. And I don't hear nobody say it would have been expensive. Right? It would be expensive. It would be very expensive. Remember, it's health. So you want to put things that would affect the health, the public health concern. And if you're talking about the health, you're talking about the government. So how would people 25, 18 to 25 affect the government? One, strain on the health sector. Herpes doesn't really result in death. It will be costly. Think about things that affect the health. It will be costly, right? Think about what happened when COVID strike. What happened when COVID strike? We had a lot of people in it. We had people who couldn't get help. We had people. No, if 18 to 25 make up a vast majority of the universities, so therefore, what would happen? There will be lack of education, right? And if we have people 18 to 25 not educated, then the future will be at a disadvantage. And we see that with COVID-19, kids, their education is not that strong because one, CXC had to reduce the paper, they had to remove paper one and just give paper two, right? And that is a problem, that was a problem, right? Because then kids wouldn't have been tested a lot. So you have to think about things that would damage the environment. So economic strains, strain on the health sector, right? Yeah, lack of education at the college level. it will lead to businesses not functioning properly, right? Because if half of the workforce is out, how would the businesses actually meet their goals? So businesses wouldn't necessarily meet their goals any at all, right? So we have to look at all of those things. And then the next generation would be problem, because if one, there would have been lack of proper education for the next generation. There wouldn't be, then if they have no education, then they won't get proper jobs. So there are a lot of the things that would be of health concern. So don't say that people will die. Die how people die affects the health sector. Don't just leave it there, because the government not care about if some people die, right? So you have to be specific. If you're gonna say people die, you would consider probably brain drain. You would say you lose, but then people really don't die of herpes like that. Sir, people of the age 18 and above socialize, it will be a result in widespread causing global. Herpes. You could say, remember, herpes is what type of disease? It's a sex disease, you know. So herpes, now you would say that probably you could say that it's easily contractable because people at that age will be having more sex, right? I have more sexually active people at that age. So if there are more sexually active people, then there will be a higher chance of it spreading, and that would be a health concern, because then the health ministry would have to spend money to get vaccine and all of that. So you can't just say not practicing safe sex. That's not really a health concern. You have to say how it will affect, right? How would it affect the health? Um, you have to put it in that context. All right, so I hope that was clear. Let's move. Based on data in table 2, state whether the human papilloma virus is more prevalent in males or females. So based on the diagram, is it more prevalent in males or females? What's your say? Say it's females, because that is what it is. Yes. Yes, females is right. Yes, so herpes is a communicable disease. It's spread by skin to skin contact and sexual contact. So herpes 1 spread by oral contact, right? And herpes 2 is more by sexual contact. All right. Explain how high prevalence of human papilloma virus among males and females can impact the economy of that country. And again, we see where this is not in your textbook. This is common sense. How can we think that out? Explain how high prevalence of human papilloma virus among males and females can impact the economy of that country. Says need for medication for the people with the disease will make the government spend more money. Yes, we'll take that. Government will spend more money on the sector. Yes, we'll take that. Okay. So what about medication like vaccine? Yes. High treatment rate. Yes. Suicidal rate, you're gonna kill yourself because you have herpes. Boy, you're like really and truly desperate. I don't think nobody would really kill themselves because they have herpes. Nah, I don't think so. Financial strain on the government. Spend more on health sector. Yes, so more money, more high income for doctor. Uh, that wouldn't help nobody really. No, that's not impacting the. You think about impacting the economy of that country, and we talk about most of them already, right? In the previous explanation, we're talking about it would overwhelm the health sector, right? Working class people would be sick, so therefore it wouldn't allow businesses to strive. Um, Hamper business and education sector. Yeah, basically the same thing, guys. So again, it's just common sense, right? High income for doctors though. That's a savage answer. No, no, because it doesn't matter how much. I understand where you come from though, but I wouldn't take that because doctor pay would don't increase by disease, it increases. So doctors still get the same pay, same overtime rate. Let's stick to the basics, Chrissy. Yes, it could, depending on how you explain it, but I think you just stick to the basic, right? Basic as in more vaccine to be bought, overwhelming the health sector, impact on education at the tertiary level, impact on the work sector, businesses, private businesses especially, right? Private businesses would not really have they wouldn't meet them goals them need to meet, right? So therefore it will affect the money, the profit that they will make. So stick to those benefits. All right, moving on. While if a country have high rate of herpes, it could affect tourism, but you will have to explain that more. You want to give things that are, you know, yeah, not so deep where you have to really explain.